Yeah, that's stickers. 네, 기다릴게요. 아, 좀 일찍
Yes,
와주시지.
bro.
Hello?
빨리 와.
Okay, guys. When I move to the commentary box, feel free to follow me, or you can use your own pit wall for your team. Doesn't really matter. Okay. He's here. 암살님 팀 고르시고.
팀 골랐어요.
네. Okay, I'm moving to the computer. See you guys in 3 races.
뭐라는 거예요? 뭐지?
위에 그 해설자만 말할 수 있는 통방으로 옮긴다고요.
네. 행운의 빕니다. 굿락. Let's go team paddock. Son,
Yeah.
go to the team paddock.
I'm Sunny. Mike Harper wasn't able to come. Wasn't able to join today, so I'll be the lead commentator for the day. And yeah, so we're in Monaco. Expecting lots of crashes, but we only have 10 people, which is, I guess, good news.
With no AIs, right?
Yeah, no AIs.
True. Hold on a second, there's a fucking fly on my room. I have to catch this.
Okay, let's go. Qualifying of the
Monaco.
round 7 Monaco Grand Prix.
Why does the screen look so cranky to me? Sony, do you use FHD?
Yes, I do.
That's why.
I think your mic is still a bit too small compared
it?
to compared to the game
Other-
sound. The game sounds like very loud, so you might have to.
I'll just shout.
Yeah, okay. Okay, there it is. Okay, so oh, hold on.
What's wrong?
This is on minimap. There it is. So I think the two Alpha Tauris have. Okay, so San's the first one to start qualifying. Let's see his lap. He's been on pole before in Australia, I believe.
Yeah.
Beating Sinatra, who has been on pole for most of the season. Oh, and he collides to the wall. To the wall.
Going to the tunnel.
And I think, is that Sinatra right? Oh, never mind. It's Elip right behind him. And let's go on board with Sans. First lap of the Monaco Grand Prix qualifying.
AlphaTauri, like the name.
Oh, okay.
Oh, looks like.
He clips the barrier right there. And here we go. First lap. Oh, he cut the corner a bit, but we're on regular corner cutting settings, so that should be fine. Considering that this is a pretty good lap. Still, oh, and he hits a barrier. And there goes the fastest lap. Now on to Elip. We didn't see the first part of his qualifying, but he seems to be doing well.
Yeah. On 30 seconds right now. 1 second 2.
Yeah, I think he should be able to make temporary pull at least, because San did crash into the barrier. Oh, that was a bit slow, but okay. That was not ideal, but it was still okay. And there's a yellow flag in sector 2. I think that's on Alpine. slowing down. I think he was just letting a simple pass behind in the Haas. And there goes Elip to the line. The time is 1:14.1. And San right behind him with 1:15.6. And Pokemon.
Quite fast, quite fast.
Oh, Snickers is out. What happened in the hairpin? Now we can get a better view. Oh, he crashed into the wall. Well, that's unfortunate. But Sinatra, let's go to Sinatra. He's been on form the entire season, and I'm pretty sure he will be able to come up with a very nice time. And oh, simple with 13.5. That's a great lap. And Sinatra on a beautiful lap. Oh, is the McLaren? Oh, he crashes in front, but he doesn't. He might have taken off focus, but this is still a great time. What is he gonna get? 1:11. Jesus, that is a great time from him. Jeeb is still in the pits. Next one to the line is Elip, I think, but he's 2 seconds off the time. And next is Hammer Time, but he's going to the pits. Simple, is he going for another lap? He's 0.08 seconds up. And there's a Ferrari right behind him on his out lap.
Amsal just got out. Second two maybe? That's probably.
Okay, let's see Langi's first qualifying lap. Based on the out lap that we've just seen, I think he'd be able to come up with a great time. That was very clean first corner. That was very nice. Very nice. Very smooth. A bit of a lock up there, but still able to turn in. That was nice as well. Still smooth. And a great exit.
Nice.
Through the tunnel and out.
Little corners. Little corner touching. Okay.
Is that someone's tire I just saw on the wall?
Yeah, that's someone's
I think it might be. Jesus.
Yeah, it's not a good.
Oh my god, this is a great lap. I think he might be able to beat Sinatra. Will he be able to beat Sinatra? That time is a 12-1. That was a great lap, but Sinatra, this guy is just unbelievably fast. Yeah, he's a monster. That's why he's winning the championship right now. By a margin as well.
Got locked up in the, I don't remember the corner, but if he didn't got locked up, then he might get first one. But
and we're seeing Human Sweet Potato on his outlap right now. Hammer Time is also on his outlap. I think he'll be starting his lap first.
hold up, a little water drop on my air conditioner.
Understood. Stopping this lap.
Oh, and that's... Yeah, and he's ghosted. There. Who's next? Jeeb is still in the pits. He hasn't produced a time yet. Snickers has retired earlier. Oh, and the Mercedes lets him pass. And Langi's into the pits. I think that's the Mercedes crossing the line to start his out lap. Hammer time, I think he crashed in the first corner, right? So I don't think that'd be an excellent lap, but it still should be a lap. Because P8, 9, 10 right now doesn't have a time. So, oh, let's see. Oh, I think this should be well into the. I think he might even be able to beat San. Oh, never mind. He will be, however. Oh, never mind again. He is into P5 beating San.
With little bit
And San's right behind him starting another lap. And the McLaren lets him pass. Oh, that is not ideal. Oh, that was a painfully slow section. And Hammer time's right behind him. I think the Haas is on another lap. Yeah. Oh, and he just gets too close to the wall. And Langi's on his out lap. Simple is on his flying lap. Let's stay on board with him. I think it'd be hard to beat Langi's time 12.1, but I think he will. Oh, never mind. He is 2/10 up. I think he'll stay P3 for now, and he goes into pits. Yeah, there wasn't really much of a future there with that lap. And which Red Bull is that there? Oh, that's Elip. Oh, Elip has recently announced his move to McLaren for next season. That was breaking news we had in the server. And he is about to start his out lap, and Langi has started the flying lap. Let's go on board with him. Oh, there was a lock up there. That is not ideal. And right, that was a great exit. And another tiny lock up there. And a great exit. And is that Sinatra behind it? Oh no, he's still in the pits. Oh, that was a bit too quick. I think he'd still make his the same time. Or is he gonna improve? Oh, that is a 110 with a mistake. 110.9. Sinatra should. That was a stonking lap, and Sinatra now has to defend. I mean, Lange has to defend. Sinatra has to get his pole position back for now, and he does leave the pits for another lap. Elip is on his flying lap right now as well, and Jeep is still in the pits. I don't know why, but he is still in the pits, fortunately.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
Oh, and Langi's going on another lap. And is that a Haas going slowly there? Oh, he was just letting the AlphaTauri pass, I think. Oh, and San again into the wall. That's the. Oh, Langi goes to the pits. Elip has. Oh, he's going to the pits as well. Let's see, Sinatra Oh, he's well away from his flying lap start. Let's go on board with San then. He had a very painful sector 2, so I don't think he'd be able to produce a great time, but still he should make some improvements because 115 is not that great at time. Oh, he's 2.9 seconds up. Yeah, that's hopeless there. Simple is on his out lap. Hammer Time is on his flying lap. Let's go on board. And Sinatra, meanwhile, has started his flying lap, so we'll go on board with him anytime now. Hammer Time's a little less than a tenth down on his time. Is he gonna produce better time here?
13.
And into the lines he makes. That was 8 tenths, 9 tenths in the last 2 corners. That was great, but he remains P5 because P4 is 113.5, almost 113.6. And let's go on board with Sinatra, who's finishing up his lap. As always, masterwork we're seeing from Sinatra. Oh, there's a yellow flag in sector 1 and 2. I think that's just Hammer Time with low fuel. And San has retired. Oh, and Sinatra goes into the walls. That is definitely not ideal. But is he going to continue his lap? Yes, he is. And into the line he goes. And he makes it 1:11.2. He is a tenth down, but still 3 more to catch Langi in pole position. And the AlphaTauri has retired there, and Hammer Time is just passing him. Oh, and he almost goes into the back of San.
I guess Sinatra is running faster now.
Your mic is small
Is it?
again.
Oh, wait. I have to zoom it in. Not zoom in, actually. Like putting my mic next to my mouth.
It's always very small.
I had the position of the mic on my earphone.
Yeah, okay. Hammer Time comes in. I think
it.
Sinatra's on another lap. Yeah, I think he's putting in enough
He's
fuel
going
to
fast. He's
do another
going fast.
lap.
Why is
He
there
did
still
he
a
did
tire?
crash in the last sector earlier. Oh, and he almost did again,
Ooh,
but he makes
almost. Ooh, 1 minute.
Makes
on
it out of the
this
corner clean.
Oh, I think he can make
And
it. I
is
think he
this
can
a
make
better time? Is he gonna make a better time?
it. I guess.
Oh no, he does not. Yeah, he would have been out of ERS as well, so unfortunate there. Yelip on another out lap, and I think Simple's on a flying lap. He is 4th tenths down. If he keeps it up, he's gonna take P3 and knock Yelip out of position.
Looking good. Looking
Is he
good.
gonna make it? Oh, is he? Oh, that was
listen.
a bit of wheel spin there.
Oh, he can.
And
Little
he
bit
goes
back
into the
and-
lines. Oh, he's 1.4 tenths down, but just 3 tenths short to make P4.
Yeah.
Oh, and Jeeb, first lap makes P3
Oh.
with 1:12.9.
He
I think it was
beat
a
Philip.
strategy to just
Oh, look at how close it
stay
was.
in the pits,
112.
not
9-8.
retire.
If he was just like late until 0.02 seconds, then it will record 113. But
Yeah.
it's 112 with 980.
I think
quite
this
lucky.
was Jeep's plan all along to just stay in the pits, not crash, stay out of trouble, and then do a reasonably good lap, which turned out to be that was Elip crashing. And the Simple's just passing him. And I think that was his plan to just stay out of trouble and put in a decent lap, which turned out to be a pretty great lap actually, pushing Elip out of P3. And qualifying's ending in a minute. He's going to the pits.
Yeah,
Is Sinatra out again for another lap? Which he should be. Is he gonna be able to cross the line at the end of qualifying? Which he is not, I don't think, unfortunately.
Yeah,
He's
tried to ice, so no, I guess.
yeah, he's a bit too far away from the line to start another lap.
Yeah, I guess he'll finish in P2.
And that is, of course, if he doesn't have wind damage already from that little bump there. But Langi on the other hand, oh yeah, he's not going to be able to start another lap as well. And I think qualifying ends here, considering everyone else is in the pits. Oh, Hammer Time's 8/10. Oh wait, he should be able to finish this lap. Hammer Time.
Oh,
Because I don't think Sinatra's on a flying lap.
yeah, he isn't.
Langi is though. So this lap would count if he does
Oh.
a better time. Sinatra's lap won't count. Hammer Time retires.
Oh, he's looking fast. He's looking fast. Oh, good corner.
Is he gonna get it
Easy, easy,
even
easy, easy.
better record?
Oh,
And that is a 10.6.
More faster.
That is 5/10 between Sinatra
That's amazing.
and Langi. So I
guess-
think this is the third time Sinatra has been denied pole position. The first time being in Australia by San, and then there was another pole position in Miami, I think, by Voltex. And I think this is the third he's been denied pole position. So brilliant job from Langi. And the grid for the Monaco Grand Prix round 7 of season 9 of F1 Apex League Racing. We have Langi on pole position with 1:10.6 and Sinatra right behind him with Jeeb and Lip P3 and P4. Simple for Haas P5, Hammer Time P6, San P7, Human Sweet Potato P8, also P9, and Snickers in P10 to finish off the grid. That was a pretty disappointing qualifying, I should say, for Snickers because he couldn't put it in a lap, so we don't really know how fast he is at the moment because he crashed out before he could make a time. But all things said, we are excited to see the new players in action, and the Monaco Grand Prix will start in 10 seconds.
Nice. Race starts now.
5 lights on, and as Crofty would say, it's lights
Let's
out and away we
race.
go.
Here we go. Here we go. Oh, jump start.
That is a great start from Langi, but a better start from Lip. He goes into the first corner, comes out first place, and right behind him Langi is Sinatra Simple. Behind him San Jeeb. Jeeb is now P5. And Amsal right behind him. Snickers up to P7. That's a great start for him. P8, San, that's disappointing. The Human Sweet Potato down all the way down to P10. And Hammer Time is in P9. Lip is... Oh, and Sinatra has overtaken both Langi, and Langi's down to P4. Simple has overtaken Langi as well. That was a disappointing start from him. Does he have any wing damage? Is that what happened?
I guess. Yes.
That might not. And Lip has a penalty. I think there was an incident that we couldn't quite catch. That wasn't. And everybody's well in place. Very close between the two teammates, Amsal and San. Oh, and there's an overtake by Hammer Time on Snickers. And Snickers is down to P9. Oh, and there's a crash there. Oh, huge crash between the two
huge
teammates.
crash. Oh, no smoke.
Does Hammer Time come out in front? No, he doesn't. Amsal comes out in front. But Hammer Time gets the lead. Gets in the lead again. The two AlphaTauris banging on each other. That is not good for the team. Amsal is though ahead of his teammate at the moment, which I think might change any time soon, considering their gap is very short. Oh, and that is Amsal out of the session. I think San was trying to make an overtake. Amsal couldn't quite brake in time, and he crashes into the wall.
Oh.
Okay. Let's go on board with Langi. He was on mediums. That sort of explains his far from ideal start. He doesn't seem to have any wing damage. And Elip pits. I'm not sure if that's because of a penalty. I think it might be because he has wing damage. But Langi gets back into P3, and it'd be a hard overtake considering how tight the streets of Monaco is, as we all see in real life with the Monaco Grand Prix. There aren't many overtakes available here, and yes, Simple is keeping Langi right behind him. And meanwhile, Sinatra's pulling ahead. So this is just the perfect scenario for Sinatra, keeping Langi behind Simple. And Jeeb is safely in P4, right behind him, Hammer Time P5. San with that crash is in P6. And Yelip out of the pits in P7. Langi's getting quite close here. Is he gonna get Simple out of the final corner? Oh, that was a bad exit from Simple. If he gets, I'm sorry, up the session. If he gets DRS here, that might be a potential overtake. Is he gonna pull one off? Oh, a little too tight, but he does make the corner. That was a great overtake by Langi. That was just picked out the braking point perfectly, and Jeeb is now right behind Simple. And he gonna lose another position here, Simple. Out of Casino Square, he does not make the move, but yes, he stays close enough to possibly get him out of the tunnel. Oh, and that's a minor wheel spin from Simple. And if he gets a great exit, oh, that's not a great exit. That is a bit disappointing. Langi gets into P2, and if he's fast enough, he will be able to get right behind Sinatra. And because they're on different strategies, we don't exactly know if the overtake's gonna happen on track or maybe potentially in the pits. Another battle going on between Jeeb. Well, this battle is still going on between Simple and Jeeb. Jeeb is still about 8/10 behind, 6/10 now, behind Simple. He did get the DRS, but the Streets of Monaco is a bit too short for that chance. Elip is now, and he pushes San a bit. He's right behind San with the DRS on, but again, the straight is a bit too short to create an overtake here. Both Human Sweet Potato and Snickers are on medium tires, so I think that was an early pit stop, considering the time gap. And that is San. I think he misjudged the braking point, went into the wall, and he just lets the Elip pass. That is, great luck for the Red Bull, and terrible luck for the AlphaTauri. And at the moment, Langi is closing into Sinatra little by little.
Little by little, yeah.
But I think their gap in between is at that's a big one. At around 6.5 seconds. And that might be, but if Langi is able to keep it up, that's still great strategy and race management, because if he keeps the gap at 6.5 seconds, even on medium tires, which is much slower than which is around like a second slower than the soft tires, then he might be able to go the long run and overtake Sinatra off track while he makes his pit stop. So okay, so this is now San closing into Elip again. The gap between them 2.7 seconds. Meanwhile, Jeeb is 1.7 seconds behind Simple. So this battle is still ongoing between the two. And I think everything has settled down at the moment, because Monaco is such a hard circuit to overtake. I don't think we'd be seeing many moves, but that was an excellent move from Langi we've seen earlier. That was just a great move by him in the long pit straight,
Nice one.
right about here, down the inside. That was a great move from Langi.
Yeah, he is.
And we are now on board with the race leader Sinatra. He is keeping his gap at a manageable distance, but Langi is right on his tail. He is now only 5/10, and Yelip goes in for hards. Is that a second pit stop?
I guess he is. Or not.
Okay, maybe I don't know what's happened there. Maybe that was a wing change. Maybe the first stop was a penalty, and Sun, on that note, has a penalty as well. The gap between first and second now only to 4.2 seconds. Sinatra under pressure.
Can he make it?
3.9 seconds. So striking distance would be Sinatra pits early. So that's
That looks quite a
that
strategy.
might be a good idea only if he has clear error in front of him,
I guess he
which he might
could.
get. Oh, never mind. Simple is now ahead of Sinatra, and Sinatra is going to lose a lot of time behind Simple if he doesn't hit soon enough. So I think he'd be praying for Simple to get out of his way and just pit early. But I don't know. Considering Sinatra, I think he might be able to get him down and out of the tunnel. But he's just 1.4 seconds off him right now, and I think that'd be way too big a challenge. And Yelip overtakes San again. San is in the pits. I think, and Snickers get
Wow.
past San in the pits. He's now into P7. And let's see this battle between the Haas and the Red Bull. I think the Red Bull, considering how fast he is on those new tires as well, I think he'd be able to get the Haas out of the final corner and into the straight. The Haas just gets out of his way. And now the gap between first and second is not only, down to 17 seconds, but this should be a good enough gap for Sinatra to keep the lead, because Langi, mind you, hasn't pitted yet, so he needs to go on soft tires at around lap 13 or 14, because according to the regulations, you need to switch to another tire compound at least once during the race. So and an average time lost by a pit stop is around 20 to 23 seconds. So if Sinatra is able to keep this gap under 20 seconds, I think he should be able to keep the lead. If nothing goes wrong and he can stay out on these tires. And other action going on track, there is hammer time behind G. That's about 3.3 seconds. But we're still a bit too far from any actual moves. So back on board with Langi, who's leading the race. He is 6/10 off the last lap, which is well, understandable because his tires are now 9 laps old, and they should be considerably slower than it was at the start of the race. And he is now right behind, I think, Amsa on. Oh no, wait, Amsa has retired. I think that's Sun on the mediums, who has a penalty as well. And he has been ghosted, so Langi just gets past him, no problem. And he should be extending his gap, but Sinatra's gaining that time back with the new tires. So my prediction would be that Sinatra will get the position when Langi enters the pits, but Langi with the the fresh soft tires will be unstoppable if he is able to manage an overtake. I think he'd be right behind Sinatra's tail, but Sinatra is going to be defending fiercely in the streets of Monaco, which is, as I mentioned earlier, very hard to overtake.
But yeah.
And Langi is now catching up to Snickers. Pokemon Fetus Juice, his other nickname on Steam. And he should be passing, letting Langi pass by without much trouble. And Sinatra's now catching up to San, who is he ghosted still? No, he's not. He's not ghosted. I don't know why he got the penalty, but we're seeing a lot of action here.
Yeah.
A lot of crashes, not many overtaking, but back to Langi on the. Oh, and he
Oh, he
spins.
That's quite.
Oh, that is not
Bad.
good. I think he lost approximately 5 seconds there.
Yeah, he did lost at least 5 seconds, I guess, as well.
And that is not good news for Langi. He is struggling out there with those medium tires, 11 laps old. They should be very, very slow now. And I think he'd be entering the pits anytime soon. Sinatra now 11 seconds behind Langi because of that incident, I guess. And I think, yeah, he now has a much greater chance of winning Monaco, which is the crown jewel, as everyone says, out of all the races in Formula One. So do you think Langi might be potentially... Oh, and that's San out. Oh, and he's blocking the way, but he has been ghosted. Oh, that has lost Sinatra about 2 seconds, I think. But he has been ghosted, so no damage whatsoever. So, do you think Langi might be a potential competitor this season for the Drivers' Championship? But Sinatra, well, this is Langi's first race, however, so he has a long way to go to catch Sinatra because the gap right now is very big. Langi has just joined this race, so even if he wins this race, that's only like 7 to 8 points gained on Sinatra if he stays P2 and stays on the podium. But even if Sinatra retires and Langi makes first place, I think it'd be very hard for Langi to win this season, considering we're now, I think, 1/3 of the way. We are in round 7 of round 22, so yeah, about 1/3 of the way, and I think Sinatra has more than 100 points, so I think even if Langi wins every single race after this one, which would be much of a challenge with, I think it'd be still very hard. But he is for sure, I think he will be either P2 or P3 at the end of the season if he keeps up this performance. He is now 12 seconds from Sinatra, but I think he'd be pitting this lap or the next. And Sinatra has well, fairly fresh tires, so I think if nothing goes wrong, Langi would take P2, I think, because the gap right now between Simple and he is 28 seconds, and if he would be losing about like 20 to 23 seconds in the pits, so that should give him 5 seconds between him and Simple, and he would be also on very fresh soft tires, which would give him a very good lap time. So at the moment, Langi is, for the people, Langi is pitting now. Let's see his pit stop. I don't think he has any wing damage, so it should be pretty
Just
straightforward, pretty
tires.
quick. And that's a nice stop from him. Sinatra, however, I think is going to get past here. Just passing the ghosted. And there's Langi out of the pits. Yeah, Sinatra's has just passed Snickers, who has been lapped and ghosted. And Langi's right behind him on freshly. Changed soft tires, 6 seconds between them. And this, I think, looks like a victory already for Sinatra because we have currently 5 to 6 laps, considering where you're at, left in the Grand Prix. And in order for Langi to catch Sinatra, he needs to be a little more than a second, and I think a lap or two for the overtake as well. And Langi is still warming up his tires, I think. Considering he's falling a little bit back, which he should get back anytime soon when the tire has warmed, which he is. He's gaining rapidly on Sinatra. And let's see, let's go on board with Sinatra. He has now crossing the line, including lap 16. He has 5 laps left in the Monaco Grand Prix. And if he stays in pole, well, stays in P1, I think it would be his 6th victory. No.
No, wait, nah.
4th or 5th, I think.
Yeah. He didn't
Because
want
he
that
has
much.
missed out on like 2 or 3 victories. And he is safely leading the competition. And Langi is closing. Oh, very, very rapidly. But they have a lot of... They don't have a lot of laps left here. So even if he does get DRS and all, the striking distance is in about 3 laps, I assume, and they don't... that's gonna be very tight. But also, if Langi gets DRS very quickly, I think he might be able to have a battle at least down to turn 1 or maybe out of the tunnel, because the overtaking position spots are very limited in this track. So the gap between the two now 3.5 seconds. Fastest lap, Langi takes 1.11.5. So that would be an extra point in the drivers championship as well as the constructors championship for Ferrari. That is 19 points if he stays P2. And if Sinatra doesn't take the fastest lap, which I don't think he will because he has pitted already and his mediums are now 9 laps old. So that should be fine. And the gap between the two now 2.6 seconds. He is closing in very quickly. I think he would get the DRS like next lap or the one after. This is
Good.
a great lap time. A great chase. Oh, is he gonna crash? Oh no,
Oh no.
he just that was a bit bumpy, but he didn't crash anywhere. He was able to brake a little bit more and stay out of trouble, but that has costed him a few tenths. But he is gaining those again now. Man, Sinatra's gonna have to work hard this lap and the next, as well as lap 20. This is gonna be very tight. I think Langi's gonna have at least 1 or 2 opportunities to overtake when he gets a DRS. He's gonna be right behind Sinatra. Sorry, putting pressure, and that's human sweet potato ghosted. So that shouldn't be a problem. And Langi just gets past him and down the long braking zone. And I think he might be able to, so if he stays very tight here and close to the walls, I think he will be able to get into the 1 second gap? If he does, he's getting DRS. But does he out of the... Oh, he does not get DRS.
Does not.
So this is going to be a little bit harder for him. If Sinatra doesn't make any mistakes, which is going to be very hard with a Ferrari, like a second behind. This is going to be very tight between the two. This is a great battle for first position. And everyone else is just doing their own race at their own pace. And Langi is now within a second. So he is going to get DRS out of the pit straight. But that's the only DRS Monaco has. So, but he is now only 6/10. It might be a stretch, but is he going to make a move out of... No, he's not. Sinatra's pulling away just a bit. Oh, and that's...
Oh, that was a crash.
Oh, and Langi gets a penalty for... Sinatra gets a penalty as well. So this is just cancelled out. Both of them gets a penalty because Elip has retired and has blocked the road.
That's
And
why they
Langi
had
has
one
been able to keep... Oh, and Sinatra locks up a bit. Langi stays just within the second. He gets the DRS. And is he gonna get... Is he gonna see a move down there? But I think... no, is Sinatra, I think he has left enough ERS to just defend that move. And the gap between the two, now only 0.2. 2/10 between the two. Now 3/10. I think the only opportunity Langi now has is out of the tunnel. And that is an excellent overtaking spot. And if Langi is able to just keep it out. Oh, that was not a good exit. That was not a good exit. And now it's going to be very hard to get him out of the tunnel. Because this is the only actual overtaking spot available in Monaco. And Sinatra just keeps ahead. This is a very tight battle between the two. And very clean racing as well. This is just great racing. We'd like to see more of this in the next and the race after that. Human Sweet Potato goes into P7. Snickers. Now Sinatra coming in to win the Monaco Grand Prix. And Langi comes in second.
He comes into second.
And Simple in his first race gets a podium, and right behind him Jeep comes in. The three retirees of the race, Lip retires, which is very disappointing for Red Bull, who's leading the Constructors' Championship. San and Amsal, both the AlphaTauris retire as well. That is also very disappointing. Not a good day for the Red Bulls. The one Red Bull out of the four has won the race, so I guess that kind of cancels out. And Simple now comes in to take his first podium. That was a great drive from him. And is that Snickers spinning?
Oh wait, he didn't pass it.
Oh wait, is he going in backwards? He does. And we have got that on camera. And we have got that on camera. I think in season 5, in the last race in Abu Dhabi, you were commentating with me as well that race, I think. And Hammer Time comes in P5. I think it was Wonho that tried to come in backwards, and then he lost out his podium. That was on our YouTube channel before. And is Hammer Time gonna do it as well? No, he's just waved through. And that was our first race of the third race weekend. That was round 7 of season 9, and Sinatra has, well, no surprise, won the race. The crown jewel of Formula 1, that was the Monaco Grand Prix. Langi comes in second, and Simple for Haas, first race for Haas. Langi as well. Both of them go on the podium. That was a great drive for both of them. Sinatra, that was a great defense from him. That was very tight, but he does win the race. And here we go for the results. So Sinatra, as I mentioned earlier, has won the race. Langi is second with the podium and the fastest lap, so that would be 19 points for him. Simple has 15 points for Haas. That's the first podium. and I hope many more to come. Jeep is fourth. That's decent. That's some decent points for the second and the constructors. I think Williams and Hammer Time fifth. Snickers first race. That's P6. I think that'd be 8 points. Decent points. Human Sweet Potato P7, Yale P8, San P9 and 10. The two Alpha Tauris not performing well, but still taking 3 points out of that race. And now we are going to, where are we going? Baku,
Aku.
another city circuit. That was 3 DNFs. That was actually less than we've expected because we had half the grid retiring before. That has happened before in our
Yeah.
league. So that was a pretty clean race with an amazing overtake by Langi. That's going on the shorts probably. And we are in Azerbaijan. Let's go. Ready up, guys. Okay, let me just take a break and go get some water. I'll be back when the qualifying starts.
When Sonny lives, I say, I guess he don't needs me. He's so good. There's nothing to commentate. Like literally.
And I'm back. Okay,
And I was swearing about you. Haha.
nice. Okay, we are in Baku, and this huge, big ass green thing, I don't know what this is blocking our
Yeah.
view. Wish it would get
Yo,
out
what
of
is
our
that?
way. So
Yeah.
qualifying starts in 10 seconds. This is our second race for anyone who has joined us just now. This is the second race out of the 3 races we do every race weekend. And this is our third race weekend. And Sinatra is, who has just won the Monaco Grand Prix earlier in round 7, is currently leading the Drivers' Championship, and his team Red Bull as well, leading the Constructors' Championship. And now we go ahead with the qualifying. Baku, Azerbaijan. This is one of my favorite circuits, I think, to watch because well, the long straights gives us many overtaking opportunities, so this should be fun. And I think that's Jeeb out.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's taking a different approach from earlier. So in Monaco, he stayed in the pits until like 3 minutes on the clock, and then he went in to, I think he was P3 or P4. He put in a very good. He was P3. He put in a very good lap. With that single lap, I think he was trying to stay out of trouble. But here he leaves the pit fairly early, and he will be the first one to start. And is that a little spin? I think he came out the curb a bit too aggressively, and and that's Elip just behind him. And that is San next. And Amsal has failed to join the server because he left earlier. So this is just 9 players at the moment, but it should be good racing. And for me, it's easier to catch all the action happening. So, I mean, more people, more work for the cameraman. Okay, so let's go on board with Jeeb, who is starting the lap now. He should... this is very important here to keep it flat, which should be very easy with a Formula 1 car, and the long straight in Baku. Oh, and is that... has crashed out of the first... second corner, and he has lost a part of his wing. And Jeep has started his lap. That was a great exit out of the second corner. And right behind him, I think Elip has started his lap as well. San has started his lap. Well, let's just stay with Jeep. And that's Alpine. That's the Alpine that brought out the yellow flag. But no harm to Jeep's lap currently, I think. The Alpine's just staying out of trouble. And Jeep is doing a phenomenal lap at the moment. Just inch perfect. So very curious to see what time he can produce. Very smooth driving. Very smooth within the limits. And yeah, that's all I can say. Very smooth. And I'll be careful not to lock up there. And it's very, very crucial to get a good exit out of this corner because it sets you up with for the long straight right after, which leads you to the line as well. So that should be just below the 140 mark, I think, or just above. Yeah, just above the 140 mark. So that's a 142.4 for Jeep, and Elip comes in right behind to make 142.9. So, and San is currently 143. So they come in order, and I think the next person to cross the line is Hammer Time, who is just finishing off Sector 2. I don't think that's a great Sector 2 time, though.
Yeah.
I think he had an incident in the middle, so it's not a very good lap. So Jeep takes temporary pole position at the moment. Elip right behind him, San as well in P3. And Sinatra has started his outlap and is starting his flying lap now. Let's see his onboard. The previous race winner, that is good. That is a decent first corner exit. I think I heard a minor lockup there, but everything is good at the moment. And Langi as well. He's on his outlap. He's just letting others pass. And I hear a bit of lockup, but that was a good corner nonetheless. And the concession of corners here. Turns in. Oh, that was a bit too far. That was a good exit though, so that's fine. Should be careful not to bump too hard on those curves because it's going to send you into the wall. And the castle section that everybody just loves. He gets past that fairly simply and uses all the curve out there. That should give him an extra 10th or 2 compared to the others, and I think that's the Haas and the runoff. Oh, that was quite close to the wall. And Sinatra into the final, well, not actually the final, but the final-ish corner. That sets him up for the long pit straight, and he goes. Now he starts the straight. I think this is a pretty good time. He's gonna go under the 140 mark, I think.
Yeah.
139. Oh, that's a 147 flat. That's a 147, not flat. And let's go on to see timer time on another lap. Oh, he's 8 seconds up.
Yes.
And Cuban Sweet Potato is just finishing off his lap, as well as Snickers. Oh, he goes into the pits without setting a time. I don't think he was happy with that time. He goes into pit and go on a new set of tires so he can do a better lap. Cuban Sweet Potato now finishes his lap and is now going into the last pit straight section. Oh, and he crashes into the wall and loses a piece of his front wing. Is he gonna finish the lap though? I think it was on a pretty good lap until that bump, so he will make 144.9. And Langi is on his flying lap now. He is in sector 1. That was just inch perfect. That was perfection, that corner just now. That was executed to perfection, corner 3. And turns in gets a lot of rotation. Here's where you can see the difference with Sinatra earlier. He couldn't quite rotate the car well enough to the left, so he can prepare the car to the next corner, turning right, and that was very quick through the castle section as well. It takes a lot of curb. I think a little less than Sinatra though, but that was good nonetheless. And into the final sector we go. That's the yellow flag out. I think that's by Snickers, the Alpine, otherwise known as Pokemon Fetus Juice, which is too long, so we'll just call him Snickers. And Langi is now on to finish his lap, going into the pit straight. He is producing a very good time, and I think we just might see a time under the 140 mark. Is he gonna bring out a 139, or is he? Oh, he's 141. He's right behind Sinatra. So that is 5/10 between the two, and Sinatra defends his pole position. But I think he will get out of the pits to make another lap because everyone's on their first lap, and they are able. I'm pretty sure they will be able to improve 5/10 at least. And I think that's the. Oh no, both Red Bulls. Is that E-Lip coming out of the pits? Yes. I think Simple is on his flying lap as well. Human Sweet Potato retires out of the second corner and into the runoff. The Red Bull of E-Lip just lets Simple pass. And I think Simple's the only one on his flying lap. Has Jeep started his flying lap? I think he has. So Simple first. That was a great exit. And into turn 6 and 7. Oh, and that's a huge spin. And he forfeits. He gives up the lap, I think. And that's E-Lip on his out lap right behind him. Jeep is, however, on his flying lap, I think. And here's where you need to get enough rotation to the left or the right. And he gets out very nicely indeed. Tight corner here. A bit of a corner cut, but it's fine because we're on regular. And everybody's favorite corner. Oh, that's a bit to the right. He couldn't get enough rotation, but he gets out well here. I think he could improve a bit more, but still, he's way too far from Langi in P2. Yeah, what are your predictions for the race?
I guess because Sinatra showed a lot of performance in every map. He is new to our server, but he isn't new to F1, right? So
I mean, most of the new players here have experience in different servers, or like, they have been playing F1 for a while. They're just new to our server, so that's all. And Jeep, is that? Oh, he's just.
Oh.
Langi just denies the P2 position. That's 4/10 between the two, but Jeep does get into the 141. And the 141s, and E-Lip is on his flying lap as well, and Simple is in the pits, right? He bombed his lap. Sinatra is yes, starting his flying lap, and I think that is a 143.9 for Snickers. That is his first qualifying lap ever, I think. And he is currently down at P8, right in front of Human Sweet Potato, who has retired. And I think that was a bit close between Hammer. No, wait, who was that? That was someone out of the pits.
Someone, I'll say.
Yeah, that must have been someone. So Sinatra's on another lap. Langi is on his out lap, and he's just letting people pass. I think E-Lip has spinned. I think that was his flying lap. That is quite unfortunate. He resets the track. I think he gives up that lap. Was he on his flying lap? No, he wasn't. He's going into the pits as well as does Lip. I think, considering that he doesn't have part of his wing, and Heim has just added me to the friends list. I think he's gonna join us for the last race in what was it, Canada? Yeah, I think he'd be able to join us in the last race. Elip enters the pits with Jeep. I think Sinatra's in for his lap he has. He is 2.79 tenths down. He's gonna get a bit more, and that is 40.47. That is 8 tenths from Langi. That would... Oh, that's quite a challenge for Langi. And I think San is on his flying lap, is he? But he is 3 tenths up, so that wouldn't be... That's not good. And I think Snickers is pitting now, yeah. Oh, and San is pitting as well. I don't think he was happy with that lap. Is Sinatra going for another lap? Because that was... This is quite aggressive. Oh no, he's 6 tenths off. I don't think he'd be able to get a better time here. And Langi now starts his out lap. Let's go on board with him. Takes lots of the curb down inside, clips the apex perfectly, uses the curb outside, trying not to lock up, couldn't quite get close enough to the apex, but nonetheless a decent exit. I think his earlier lap was better, the second one, but he clips a bit of curb, but uses all the curb outside there. That was inch perfect. As it is with our top performers. Does he get enough rotation? Yes, he does. Nicely for the next corner. And approaching the castle section, trying not to overdo on the curb there. Gets it done nicely. Into the castle section. Beautifully. Turns in. Enough for the next corner. Uses all the curb. Oh, not enough though. He could have gone a bit wider, but that is still a very nice lap. Is he gaining on his previous lap? We don't know yet. He's finishing his sector 2 off. What's his time? He is 7 tenths off. He has an opportunity for sure to beat Sinatra here, and I don't think Sinatra has enough time to do another lap. He is in the pits. If he leaves now, it would be very tight to start another lap. And Langi now goes in to finish his lap. How much time has he lost in comparison? Is he gonna get a... Oh, that is just...
Oh,
3.
just 0.003 seconds away.
That is... What? 3
close.
3/10. That is just incredible. That is just 0.003. 3/1000th of a second between the two. And I think that's it for qualifying. I don't think Sinatra has enough time to improve on his time to start his out lap because he just started sector 1 and it takes, well, about 2 minutes to get through the whole thing in an out lap. So the tires are not overdone, but Snickers, however, is starting his out lap now, and I hope he can get an excellent lap here. And that's a pretty good first turn, first corner, second corner. Make sure not to hit the wall. Uses all the curb. That's very nice. Very nicely done. And there's a yellow flag in sector 2. I think that's Jeeb that brought out the yellow flag. Down at the castle section, he should be ghosted though, because we have enabled that recently, and everyone gets past safely. So that is the... And Elip retires just for time's sake, I think. And that is 30 seconds on the clock for Sinatra. Is he able to start another lap? I think he just might I think he just might be able to start another lap,
Yeah,
as well as Langi.
Confirmed. We'll see
Or
you at
does
the
he
end of
not
this
have enough ERS and fuel? Oh, he does not. Sinatra gets past. I think he's gonna start another lap. So right now, yes, that is 3/1000ths of a second between P1 and P2. But Sinatra's going for another lap. I am not very curious if he could improve on that time, but he is at the moment by 3/1000th of a second in pole position, with San now pushing Elip down to P5. He is now in P4, Jeeb in P3, and Langi P2. Sinatra, I think, has secured, yeah, he is on pole for now indefinitely, because Langi, Snickers has finished their qualifying. Jeep Simple or in their pits. Oh, and he does, and I am stupid by Charles Leclerc, but that's fine. He got pole.
yeah.
I hope he's saying that right now. I am stupid. I am stupid. I think he did that on purpose. Maybe. I don't know. He doesn't make these kind of mistakes. Maybe that was just for performance.
Hope
I
so.
am stupid. I am stupid. Okay, so now qualifying. Sinatra again. Well, duh. On pole position. That
Okay.
is 3/1000th of a second. That separates P1 and P2. P2 Langi in the Ferrari. P3 Jeep for Williams Racing. San good qualifying for AlphaTauri and P4. And Elip right behind him in the Red Bull P5. P6 is simple for the Haas. The second race for him. He got a podium earlier. A bit disappointing qualifying maybe. P7 is Hammer Time. P8 Snickers, who I think left the session earlier. If I read it correctly. Maybe the game crashed or something. And P9 Human Sweet Potato finishes off the grid. And now for the second race of the third race week. This is round 8. Round 8 of F1 Apex League Racing Season 9. Okay, so countdown is on 20 seconds. Should be a great race though. Lots of action, I presume, down the first turn. Because it's pretty far till the first corner, there should be many moves down the inside, and 5 lights on. It's lights out and away we go.
Let's go, boys.
That
Oh,
is
little-
a great start from the Red Bull. EA Lip, mind you, the second Red Bull driver, and Hammer Time goes off track, and P1 2 stays the same. P3 EA Lip has made a great move, and that's the AlphaTauri crashing, as well as the Mercedes of Human Sweet Potato, and that's San with a penalty. And Jeep in P5, Simple P6, Hammer Time P7. Jeep gets past, and is that a move by Hammer? Hammer Time is in P6, Simple P7, and there's an overtake up the grid, or did I see something else? Oh, that's Jeep into the wall. Oh, and that's crash. Between the two, Hammer Time gets past, as does Simple, and Simple gets past the AlphaTauri of San as well. Do they crash? This is not gonna end well if. Oh, and they somehow didn't crash, and that's Hammer Time, the McLaren of Hammer Time, getting out safely, and that's San in front of the Haas of Simple, and Jeep now down to P7. That's not a great start for him. That is not ideal, and now the Alpine is down. Oh, he just lost that position due to ghosting, I think, to the Mercedes of Human Sweet Potato. Sinatra is safely in the lead, and Langi is in P2. E-Lip is only 6/10 off Langi, and if he does get a good slipstream here, I think he may be able to pull off an overtake, but no. The gap is still at 7/10. I think they are both using quite some ERS. And Simple
fast
gets
lap.
past San. That was, and Sam pits. I think he has damage from that crash on the first lap, as does Jeeb. And the predicted pit stop strategy is, if you're starting on softs, one stop to mediums, and if you're on mediums, one stop later on in the race to hards. And both Human Sweet Potato and Snickers, Pokemon Fetus Juice, has gotten past San and G because they has just pitted. And to see the... Sorry. Let's see the tires. So San's on mediums, Jeeb is on hards, and
Rest of all
the rest of the grid is
all soft
until
tires.
P1 to P5. That's a tiny crash from Human Sweet Potato into the walls. I think that may have damaged his wing, if not very lucky. And the rest of the grid, P1 to P7, all on one lap old softs, and San gets past Snickers, who's still on ghosting. I don't know why, but San does get past. And Simple is right behind the tail of Hammer Time. Oh, and is that a safety car? That's a safety car. I think
it is a big car.
I think that is the Williams that brought out the safety car. And we have, and yes, safety car. No, that's a virtual safety car. So VAC conditions, everyone needs to slow down at a set delta pace. And the gap between P1 and P2 both at around 1 second. And Hammer Time about 3 to 4 seconds behind EA Lip. And Haas pits. Yes, and that might have... And I think personally that is a great move, because you lose much less of the time. Oh, he had wing damage as well, so brilliant strategy call there to lose much less of a time of what you normally lose, and without any kind of safety cars. And he is on the hards because he has pitted rather quite early, and G pits again because of that crash right before the castle section. And Snickers now into P7. I think he's on AI. I think that's why, because he left the session earlier during qualifying. I think he's still on AI, and that's why he's so painfully slow. And that's San in front with the penalty. And VSC has ended. Sinatra on his way. He's increasing his gap between right behind him with Langi. That's 2.3 seconds, which is closing again. And EA Lip also 3.4 seconds off Langi. 4 seconds off EA Lip is Hammer Time. And both Human Sweet Potato and San considerable distance. Oh, and that's another crash into the wall by San. And Sinatra sets the fastest lap. That's an extra point for him for now, if no one takes it away for him. Damn, is Sinatra gonna win this race again? Is what we're thinking. It's what everyone's thinking. However, I think Langi will be able to challenge him here. This is a fairly easy circuit to overtake as long as you get a good exit out of the final corner, because it sets you up with a freakishly long straight, including a pit straight and a DRS. And that's San pitting again from that wing damage. So we are now on board, not anymore, with Langi. This is a view from his car. He is a little shy of 2 seconds behind. Now 0.79 seconds behind Sinatra, and I don't think the gap is gonna close anytime soon, but if it does, and below a second, he can get the DRS, open his flap up, and get an extra advantage in the straights, but I don't think that's gonna happen in this lap.
Yeah.
So, so that was a brave strategy call by Simple. Do you think that would have benefited him when everyone else pits later on? Because the gap between the leader and Simple at the moment is, I think, around 36, 37, no, 38 seconds. And Langi pits. Langi pits in the 5th lap. Is Sinatra going long? He does. He does go another lap. Langi, I think, is going for the undercut. Lip doesn't pit as well, so one of the Red Bulls would have to pit after the other in order to avoid a double stack. But Langi does pit early. I think that's the undercut there. To stay out of the turbulent air, or maybe get some DRS from Hammer Time, who's now in front of him. I think Sinatra might be pitting this lap in order to react to that move, and Lip possibly the next lap. Actually, the gap between the two is fairly large, so they could just go in the same lap, I think.
Yeah, I guess as well.
So, do you think Langi might come out in front of Sinatra with that undercut, with that early move into the mediums?
I think yes. I don't know the exact movement, but my sense says yes.
Yes, and Langi is gaining quite rapidly on Hammer Time. I think he would be able to get the DRS soon.
Yeah,
In 2 or 3 laps time, if Sinatra doesn't pit before that. And is Sinatra gonna pit? We can see him approaching the pit now, but is he turning left? No, he's going longer.
Oh, longer?
That I haven't expected. Oh, he was going for a fastest lap. He has 1:43.4. That's pretty solid fastest lap under his belt. And I think he can pit now. Oh, Lip pits now. So Lip pits first. Sinatra pits probably this lap. I don't think he can go any longer in the sauce because that wouldn't be good for him. And the gap between and Langi gets past Lip as well as Hammer Time, who pits now. And the gap between the two is 22.8 seconds.
Okay.
If Sinatra, this is gonna be very close between the two, like about a second or two out of the pits. So let's keep an eye on Langi. And is that? Oh, and that's a VSC.
Oh.
And that is just great news for Sinatra. That if the VSC stays on while he pits, he's gonna lose much less time than everyone else. So
That's a nice timing.
that is great timing. I don't know who brought that out, but that is great timing. And Langi, the gap is increasing now, 27 seconds. And Sinatra is going to pit now, probably. Most definitely. And Human Sweet Potato has VSC, and the VSC ends.
Oh.
The VSC now ends, and that is... well, I think he gained like 3 seconds. But, so that advantage is now gone. And Langi is gaining again, so that's 23.2 seconds between the two. But I think Sinatra will safely get ahead if he makes this stop perfectly. Into the pits. He's waiting there. Soft out, medium in. That was very quick. And Langi is on his way. Sinatra out of the pits. And I think he's coming just behind. Yeah, that is Sinatra getting out ahead of Langi. And Sinatra crashes. He resets to try. Langi gets past, and I think that's. And Sinatra crashes into the second corner. I think that was the tire temperature that got him. And does he have wing damage? He does not have wing damage. So as long as he can keep within a second with Langi, I think he could get DRS and overtake him again. But that is not ideal for Sinatra. And here's a battle between Simple and Hammer Time, and Simple gets past with the aid of DRS. that was a fairly easy move. I would say if he does, but Hammer Time does fight back. He takes the, he can't quite get close enough there. He was trying to take the inside of the next corner, but Simple gets out of him. That was a great move by Simple. Though it wasn't that difficult, it was nonetheless a great move with the DRS. And through the castle section they go, and Sinatra now 1.2628 seconds now. He doesn't have DRS at the moment, but would he be close enough to get a slipstream? No, he's just a little too far ahead, but Hammer Time might be able to get the slipstream and the DRS here. Is he gonna make another overtake? Oh, that's and he's just out of that 1 second mark. Or is he closing in again? That is, and I think if he has enough ERS, I think he might get just under. Oh, that was that the DRS line? Or does he get the DRS now? He does get the DRS now. And look at the gap. He's gaining so quickly. And that would set him nicely up for the next DRS zone, which is right after. If he makes a corner perfectly, which he does, he can get out with the DRS. And Deja Vu now with Hammer Time behind with the ERS, I presume, and the DRS. Will he make the overtake? Oh no, he bumps into the Haas. And he stops a moment to let Simple pass because that was obviously illegal. Fair play for Hammer Time. I don't think Simple has any damage. Hammer Time has just let him through because he pushed him from behind. And Sinatra is now under a second. He can get the DRS here. And the slipstream. Good exit. Oh, but not fast enough maybe. But he does have enough DRS stored. Probably. And now into the pit straight and the DRS zone. I think he's going to get the DRS but not the overtake because this is still quite far. And he does get the DRS. And he is closing. Not quite enough. And Langi gets the fastest lap, but Sinatra gets it back 42.7. And he should be able to get another DRS here. A bit of a lock up there. And that's another DRS. And he is closing down to just 6/10. I think that would set him up nicely for the next lap. They have both pitted, so from now on it's just high quality battle between the two. This is just great championship battle right here. It's great entertainment. Very grateful for these two. And into the castle section, the two go. Was that a tiny lock up there? And into the castle section we go. Try to stay far into the left, not crash. Set up nicely for the next corner. Oh, that was not enough curb, but still fairly nicely. Gets a slipstream, I think, and is gaining on Langi. And out of sector 2 into sector 3 to the last corner, and I think that's a lapped car, Snickers. And that is just 3/10 between the two, 4/10. And now Sinatra is going for the DRS. He should get DRS, and he should get him into the first corner of this lap. Oh, is that? And Langi defends, I think, with a lot of ERS. That is good defending, but will he be able to defend for the next part of the track, which also gives DRS? He gets a nice exit, gets DRS again. Is Sinatra gonna get Langi this? Does he? Or is Langi gonna defend and deny him? Oh, that is great positioning from Langi. And great battle between the two. But I think Langi would have had some damage to his tires with this stint, and Hammer Time is now within the DRS. Oh, but he breaks his. He crashes into the first corner and he just loses part of his front wing. Now into the castle section, the gap still around 3/10. I think Lange is saving up a lot of ERS to defend during the DRS sections, and he's doing that quite nicely. The gap, however, because of the slipstream, only down to 1.9, 3/10, and Sinatra bangs on the wall a bit, but if he gets a good exit here, he's gonna get DRS again. He should save enough ERS for the second DRS zone, however, I think, because that's where he's gonna most likely get the overtake done, because Lange has a lot of ERS stored, or is he gonna get it now, because he is gaining fairly quickly, but Lange, I think, is using a lot of ERS, but is he gonna make the move down the inside? Go Sinatra! That is a perfect move. Is Lange gonna get the DRS? However, I think though Sinatra will get the DRS because, or is it Lange that gets the DRS? We don't know quite sure because the detection zone is all different. But Sinatra for now gets ahead. That's a great move from Sinatra. That was just inch perfect. And Lange just backed out to avoid any crashes. Oh, great racing between these two. But however, Lange has time to strike back. They have 2 laps left. Still within the 1 second. So Lange still has that DRS 8 advantage to him. And everyone else is just doing their own race. It's like seeing last season the battle between Max and Hamilton. It's just those two on their own worlds. It's just different level of performance. And Simple is MP3. I think that was the good pit stop that got him that. And Lange is just within the second. I don't know if he could keep that there though. Sinatra is very fast. He does, however, I think. Yeah, he stays within the second. Sinatra's gonna do his best to get out of. And Sam has retired. Oh, that was unfortunate. And he does get DRS. Lange should get DRS. Yes, he did get DRS. I don't think. Does he have enough? No, he doesn't. But now, I think. Oh, and he spins! Lange spins! Oh, and I think that's the race win possibly gone for Lange. And that's quite unfortunate for him. And I think that's quite it. So Sinatra, once again, that was a great battle between the two. I think he will come in home next lap to win the second race as well of this race week. Lange, however, has shown a brilliant performance in this track. However, that spin, I think, has just lost him that opportunity to win this race. He doesn't have quite enough time to get close enough to Sinatra within a lap, obviously, to overtake. And everyone else as well. The closest anyone's behind someone is 5.3 seconds Elip behind Hammer Time, and I don't think anyone's gonna get any overtaking done unless someone spins. So let's stay on board with the leader who has driven to perfection today. No mistakes whatsoever. Just perfect. Perfect drive from Sinatra. And he now starts his last lap. And I think he had fastest lap as well, right? Yeah, I think he took away the fastest lap from Lange like right after Lange took fastest lap. That was quite sad, but that was brilliant. So, today, I think anything special that we might have not expected was, maybe San retiring. Yeah, San retired. Snickers finishes P8 on the AI because I think, he left the session during qualifying. Not intentionally, though, I think. I think the game just crashed or something. And it has been replaced to his AI, which has driven, well, consistently because it's an AI. So he's in P8, hasn't crashed. P7, Human Sweet Potato. P6, Jeep, bit disappointing maybe for him because he has been performing very well in the previous races. So P6, although it's good points, might not be enough for him, but there is no way of telling without asking. And Sinatra now is starting his last sector to win the Grand Prix. Yi Lip also quite disappointing for him. I think he had an incident earlier. First lap also he pitted quite early, and he is in P5. Hammer time P4. That's a pretty good result for him. Didn't get the podium though. And Sinatra comes in to win the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And Langi, right behind him, comes in second to finish in the podium. And Simple as well. So I think the first three is the same as Monaco, right? I think they finish in this order for Monaco as well. So Simple is now just going through sector 3 to finish off the race. So that is the race win. Your race winner today, Sinatra. P1, fastest lap.
Always.
And Langi, P2, P3, Simple. There you go. So finishes off the podium. P4 hammer time. That's a good result for him. Oh, he drives without front wing. How did that happen? But still, he is P4, P5, E-Lip, and Jeep comes in. The Mercedes as well, and the Alpine finishes off the race. And San is not with us at the moment. And I think we should wait a bit to add Heim as well. I think he has joined us. I haven't.
And I'm sorry to tell this, but I have to leave now.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Like, I want to do more commentator, but like, I have a Yakso on
Yeah. Okay.
11:20, and you're still good at me without me.
Yeah.
So, because the race ended, bye guys, see you next week for me. And Sonny will take over everything. Bye guys.
And the driver of the day is Simple. And yeah, he did make a lot of overtakes. That was the great strategy call at the start, changing to hard tires, pitting under the VSC. I think that got him a lot of time. And again, Sinatra, familiar face, race winner. So that was round. What was it? Round 8. F1 Apex League Racing Season 9. Now, we go to Canada. Okay, guys. So if anyone's listening, I think we're gonna wait for Heim and. Um, yeah, guys, can you just hold on 1 sec and not ready? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna invite Heim. Where's anyone leave? Oh, did Simple leave? Or is he here? I don't know. I'm gonna just send it out to everyone. And I think that's all, right? Oh yeah, Simple's with us. It's just not showing. Okay, let's go. Ready up, guys. Last race, Canada. And we're back. So I think so. San is first to leave, as he is often. Jeeb is behind him, and right behind him, Human Sweet Potato. So let's start watching with San. Okay, now passing the wall of champions, San now starts his flying lap, and that was good. Last chicane, good turn into turn 1, good rotation turn 2. Nothing seems outstanding or like phenomenal. This is good driving nonetheless, clean. He went through some grass there. Make sure not to spin there. And good turn in, great exit. Maybe could have used a bit more of the outside at the left of the track. Into the chicane. Try and make sure not to spin. Couldn't quite use all of the track available at the right side as well. Make sure to brake nice and early here so you can clip the apex and turn in quickly, which he couldn't do. And the DRS is on. Is the track a little wet? I think? Oh, never mind. I think that's just the tires. And San comes in to Mark the first lap, 1:11.89, and that's Jeep right behind him. I think he can get a better time than that. Good exit out of the chicane. And that is a 1. Never mind, 13. And Human Sweet Potato right behind him. Does he get a better lap? That is, no. That is 1:15. And next one to cross the line is Hammer Time. What time could he produce? It's a 1:11.7. That is temporary pole position. Only if he could deny Simple, who is coming in for a good lap as well, but he only makes it 1:12.6. And next one to cross the line is Time Zero, who was a bit interrupted by the Alpine, possibly. But now into the chicane. That is a good exit. Oh, and he crashes. I think he lost his wing there. And next one to cross the line, I think, is I think it's Elip. Let's go on board. Well, not on board. Let's watch his lap. Make sure to brake nice and early, which he does. Puts it inside perfectly. Gets a great exit, which is crucial because the run up here leads to the long straight. One of the longest straights with DRS as well. Now on board. Great exit out of the chicane. What time could he produce? Is it a 1:12? That's a 1:12.6. That's P4. Possibly a bit disappointing for him. Hammer Time is the one with the pole position right now. Is 1:11.7. And Sand right behind him. However, the pros are at it now. Now, Langi comes in. Takes a lot of curb. Can he beat his time? That is 1:11.1. And for Sinatra, that is 1:11.1 as well, but just 3/100ths of a second between the two. And there's a yellow flag in sector 1, and that's a Alpine going slowly. That's 1:13.5, right behind Jeep and Elip. So for now, temporary pole position. Sinatra takes it, and Langi is right behind him. 3/100ths of a second. And Hammer Time puts in a great lap, 1:11.7 in front of San. And Simple is currently P5, BAB P6, GP7, Snickers P8, Human Sweet Potato P9, and Heim Zero is in P10. And there's a yellow flag in sector 2 and 3. I think that might be the Williams. And I think the two leaders are gonna pit now because they have just finished their lap. And that's Jeep slowing down to prepare for his flying lap. He now turns in to start his flying lap, finishes his out lap. Great rotation. Oh, never mind. Not good enough rotation, but he does use all the track available. Try to keep it flat out here. Flat round here. Try not to spin here. Flat round here. Okay, and now to the chicane. That was nice and clean. Used up all the track there. Brake nice and early here to turn in to. Couldn't quite clip the apex, but it wasn't too bad. ERS on. For the last chicane. That is a great exit. Uses all the curb. What time could he produce is that? Oh, that is a faster time than hammer time. And San, meanwhile, gets P3, 11.4. Great time from everyone. So currently on a flying lap, I think is hammer time maybe, or maybe not. I think, okay, Heim is on his flying lap definitely, and he is improving about half a tenth of a second. He improves 2/10. Does he get a better exit out here? Because that is crucial in this track. Oh, he locks up. And does he spin again? No, he just keeps it under control. I think this is a much better lap than before. And it's a 1:13.3. He puts his Alfa Romeo in P8, and is anyone else on a flying light? Elip is now coming in. He is 3.5 tenths, and he makes it 112. He is 4 tenths down. So 111. And is that San to cross the line? Never mind. That's San getting out of the pits. And that is Snickers, 8 tenths up. That should get him nicely up to P4 or P5. No, P5 or 6. And that was great as well. That was a great exit. What time could he make? That is a 1:12.7. And he is right behind Simple. And Langi makes it. And Langi makes pole position. That is 1:10.8. And I think Sinatra is starting his lap as well. Sinatra is now about 2 tenths down and is doing great so far. Can he lose a bit more time? And there's a yellow flag in sector 2 and 3, which he just safely passed. And make sure not to lock up down. And get good enough rotation. That was a bit wide maybe, or is that the better line? Can't really argue with the expert here. And into the chicane, very cleanly uses all the curb. What time could he produce? Is that pole position? No, that is 8/100ths of a second. That separates the two. These two are just incredible, just incredible. So that is Langi on pole position at the moment. Sinatra is in P2. P3 is San with a 11.4 and Jeep right behind him with 11.7. Hammer time and Jeep, the time that separates the two, only 2/100ths of a second. And behind Hammer time is Lip in P6 with a 1:12.1. Simple is right behind him. And Sinatra spins. And I think that might have been intentional. The time that splits P6, 7, and 8 is just 1/10. P9, however, is 4/10 off Time Zero, Snickers, and P10 Human Sweet Potato is his time is 1:14.5. Now 5 minutes left till the end of qualifying, and I think the leaders can get another lap in. Now the Ferrari to start his outlap. Again already. Warming up the tires. And I think Sinatra is going to leave the pits anytime soon as well. And Lange is about to start his next lap. Again, uses all the curb. That is an excellent exit out of the final corner. Into the first corner. That was not ideal with the Williams at the left of him, but he still nonetheless gets oh, he is just 100th of a second off the pace from his previous lap, but I think he can gain it all back in the last parts, as it's where everyone's struggling, it seems, into this long hairpin. Try not to lock up and get the most rotation for a great, that was just imperfect, for a great exit. And the run up to this straight with the DRS on. Is he gonna improve on his time? I think he will. And into the line, he does improve 3/10. He improves 3/10 and makes pole position, the pole time, the temporary pole time, 1:10.49. And I think Sinatra's has just started his lap as well. Let's go on board with him. Great entry, great exit. And he is just 1/1000th of a second off his previous lap. That is a great exit. And into the end, there's the yellow flag in sector 1 and 2, which should be cleared fairly quickly. And he couldn't quite use all the track on the right side. But into the hairpin, he's still only 3/1000ths of a second, and that's not ideal. That was a huge lockup and not a great exit out of what is one of the most crucial corners you can have. And I think that's Time Zero. Yeah, that's Snickers letting everyone else pass. Simple's on his outlap. Time Zero is abandoning his lap. Oh, just letting a simple pass. And Sinatra was 0.278 seconds down, but he couldn't quite get pole. And I think that's it for the first two. Let's go on board with Sai. He's 4/100th of a second. No, 4/10ths. Sorry, almost 5/10ths off. Down on his previous time, and he turns in. Make sure not to, and that's a yellow flag. I think it's from the McLaren, and he makes it. Oh, he makes it a great time. It's a 1:10.7, and Jeep is not on a flying lap. Is anyone else? Simple is on a flying lap, I think. He is 1/10 down, and improving, hopefully. And Hayam Zero is right behind him. and Simple does improve the time between. He just gets ahead of Snickers by 7/100ths of a second exactly, and that is it for qualifying. So Langi on pole position. He denies Sinatra his lead, and that was a great lap to be fair. And Sinatra is right behind Langi. San starts P3. That is an excellent qualifying for San from a while. So let's go. The starting grid for the last race, the Canadian Grand Prix of this week. Langi for Ferrari lines up on pole position. Sinatra is in P2. San, excellent qualifying for him, P3. Jeep is in P4. Hammer Time P5. Ige Lip is in P6. Simple is in P7. Snickers in P8. Heim Zero, who has joined us for the first time, is in P9. And Human Sweet Potato lines up, finishes off the grid in P10.
비가 올라나? 비안 오는데 비디오 보러 가야
The countdown is now down to 10 seconds. Round 9 of Season 9. F1 Apex League Racing. Canadian Grand Prix is now about to be underway, and 5 lights on. It's lights out and away we go. Oh, but internet issue. But now away does everyone go in. That's a brilliant start and a terrible start from Langi, and 3 cars. No, 2 gets past. Sinatra and San gets past Langi. But now Elip, does he get the position down into turn 3? No, he doesn't. Langi keeps. What does he? Elip, that is great racing between the Ferrari and the Red Bull. But oh, that is Jeep spinning in the Williams. And Ferrari, the Ferrari of Langi is in P3. Elip couldn't get the position. But Langi did let Sinatra and San pass with the. I think that was a bad start from him, simply, to be fair. And that is a brilliant start from Snickers up to P5, and as well as Heim Zero in P6, as well as Human Sweet Potato in P7. And it was not ideal for Jeep, who crashed into the wall. I don't think he has any wing damage though, and that's very lucky. Human Sweet Potato has just overtaken Heim Zero. That was a move that wasn't on camera, but I'm sure it was brilliant. And Simple does get Heim Zero into the final chicane of the circuit. Wow, that was hectic. So the race lead is now to Sinatra. Right behind him is the AlphaTauri of San. Langi is down 2 positions, down to P3. And here's a great battle between the Mercedes of Human Sweet Potato and Simple, but they crash and Simple's out. Or he resets the track. And does he have any damage? Not significant ones. Nothing's really visible at the moment, but Heim Zero is trying to get past Human Sweet Potato here and into the chicane. He does make Human Sweet Potato spin, and off goes Hammer Time. That was great for Hammer Time. Terrible for Human Sweet Potato. Heim Zero just kind of, I guess, locked up, and Simple gets past Heim Zero with that lockup, and behind him is Jeep and the Williams, and Human Sweet Potato is the one that's running last, and Langi is now right behind San, about to get the P2 position. if he finds any room. And Heim Zero has a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And with that, Jeep passes Heim Zero, I think. And that was not a good exit for San. Does Langi get San? Oh, and that's it. That's a Red Bull barging in. That might have been considered a bit dirty. And that's the ERS on. 3 cars tightly together, and they cut the corner quite a bit. Lip is now right behind the AlphaTauri, as is the Ferrari behind the Red Bull, and Sinatra's just running his own race, well, yet again. And I think Langi can get the Red Bull here with the DRS, which the Red Bull also has, but the Ferrari is, he just lets the Red Bull go. The Red Bull has to cut a bit of the circuit. And Sinatra gets the fastest lap with 1:12.8. And Langi is still inside that 1 second gap with the Red Bull. And I think he could get close enough to get the DRS, considering how rapid he is. Now the tires. Oh, this is surprising. So Sinatra is the only one out of until P1 to P6 that's on the soft tire. Might explain the incredible start, but doesn't quite, considering that San also got past Langi. So they're taking a different strategy here. Sinatra is gonna have to pit first and letting all the medium runners pass by. And is that an AlphaTauri? I think that's San spinning a bit, and I think Langi would get an exit good enough. Yelip won't get the DRS, I assume. That is a bit more than a second, and that should be an easy move by the Ferrari, and he gets past even before the chicane, and that's a great move by Langi once again. And the gap between San and Langi is just 1 second, and Langi does get the fastest lap. Takes it away from Sinatra with the 12.8, even on the mediums. So that is just great racing, and there's a crash there with Jeeves just in the pits. I think he spun, or maybe that was the Mercedes. We're not quite sure, but I think he's gonna have to pit for that because oh no, his wing is fine. So that's great. Jeep has just pitted into hard tires, and Langi is now only 5 tenths behind the AlphaTauri, so he is going to get DRS most definitely out of the hairpin, and this should be a fairly easy overtake, and it is indeed. Should be indeed. At least, and Langi just has to cut the corner there, and Elip gets a penalty for multiple warnings. I think it's because of the corner cuts, but Langi is still within a second. Elip much closer than before to Langi, and they're all in DRS range, and Simple is now right behind Hammer Time. The gap between the two, and he spins a bit. Oh, that has lost him, and again. And he is now out of the DRS range. Is unfortunate. Elip is now around 7 tenths behind, and Langi gets DRS again. The gap between San and him only 2 tenths. I don't think he's gonna make the move here. Maybe out of the final hairpin is where he's gonna use up all his ERS to make the move stick. The AlphaTauri goes a bit. That was not ideal, and that should be a fairly easy overtake this time because of the DRS. Yes, and and San hits a wall a bit, and he cuts a lot of the corner, and he makes a better exit there because of the corner cut. But Langi still does have that. Oh, and does Was that a touch? But I think Langi stays ahead, but gets a corner cut. I think that would be addressed after the race, most likely. And the AlphaTauri of San does get ahead again. But I think Langi will be able to get him. And San doesn't have a penalty, so Langi would have to get past and then make a 5-second gap. That should be. That's not very ideal. And Yelip is also right behind Langi, who has and will get the DRS. The three now out of the hairpin. And his AlphaTauri just swerving a bit, but does he make the move stick? Oh no, that is a huge crash. I think that would be a penalty for San after the race if Langi wishes to proceed with the penalty, and both San and Yelip gets past. San there was swerving quite a bit. I think that would be like 10 seconds to maybe a position penalty there, and Yelip is still within the DRS range, and he will get DRS here. And Human Sweet Potato gets past Simple while in the pits. I don't think Yelip is gonna make the overtake here and now, but possibly and most probably after the hairpin, which they're going into now. Try not to lock up here, get the most rotation possible. Best exit here, and that would get you nicely with the DRS, of course. But again, San is. Whoa, oh, and that was into the wall a bit. Did he lose a bit of the wing? I don't think so. And Yelip stays behind San. And Simple was for a moment, and is still in DRS range. Langi pits now, I think early because of that wing damage. And Simple now has DRS to catch Human Sweet Potato, which he does not just now. But I think he can get him out of turn 1. But does he try going in? He can't quite use the outside. But does he do a switcheroo here? No, he can't. That was unfortunately not quite enough. But possibly after this DRS zone, if he does make a good exit, which I think he does, gets the DRS, should be faster than the Mercedes in front, who is a bit too slow to stop him, and he makes a move down the inside. But Human Sweet Potato fights back. A bit of a wheel spin again, and do they make a move again down the hairpin? And no, he goes for the best exit possible, gets the DRS, and this one should be an easy overtake. Out the outside. San has a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. I think that's the corner cut. And does he make a move? Oh, they both have to cut the corner, and Simple stays behind. And Sinatra has pitted and is behind his teammate Yelip. And San is now for now in the lead. And Sinatra has pitted to. Oh yeah, he started on soft, so my bad. He is now on mediums. Has 8 laps left, and it should be pretty easy for him to win this race with Langi down the grid on the hard tires. And a long pit stop, I think. And Simple does get past Human Sweet Potato with DRS, I think. That was a move that was coming and was executed. And is that a safety car? And I think that is a VSC. That is not a full safety car. I don't know what happened where, but that is a VSC. That is well, I don't think anyone's pitting right now, so not really relevant. Is Simple gonna pit now though? It would be. Oh no, it's he's on. I think he pitted already.
오 DT. 아우 마이
And
DT.
Langi got a drive-through penalty for speeding under VSC. Not a great race for him
Ay,
this
진짜.
last race. He is now in the pit lane. And he's going on softs. And that's the Mercedes right behind Human Sweet. And Jeep gets in front of the Ferrari because Langi has just pitted into softs. And both Langi and so the front runners, the first and second, they're both on. I think they might pit this lap because they haven't pitted yet. They're on mediums, 10 laps with 10 laps. But I think San's not pitting. And San's not pitting. That might be a mistake. Oh, and Egypt doesn't have front wing, so that definitely should be the. And San, I don't think he is pitting. So Sinatra gets past. Hammer Time gets past. And Hammer Time has not pitted, so his net lead won't be there after the pit stop. I'm surprised that the VSC has ended already, so that might be why Hammer Time is right behind. Oh no, not right behind. 2.8 seconds, and Jeeb is right behind Langi, but it's Langi that made the. And he's pitting again. Oh, for the drive-thru. Okay. So that was Langi who made the move, but had to pit. And Human Sweet Potato is out of the pits now. We are now 2/3 done for the Canadian Grand Prix. I think this is the closest gap we can find at the moment between Jeep and Human Sweet Potato. San hasn't pitted yet, so the net lead goes to Sinatra. And P2 would probably be Yelip, so if all goes well, this would be a 1-2 for Red Bull. And San and Hammer Time hasn't pitted, that's why they won't be in the lead. And yes, indeed, Hammer Time has just pitted into softs and is now in P4, P5, and Simple gets passed as well. This was a very disappointing race for Langi. And yes, and as well as Snickers, he just spins, has a penalty as well, and Hammer Time is now close enough for the DRS to chase after Simple. Does he get a? Oh, is that a VSC again? Oh no, it's a full safety car. What has happened? We need to know. Fortunately, we can't because this is a game. Anyway, so this is a full safety car, and Snickers gets a 5-second penalty. This is good news for Langi because this will bunch up the pack, and he will get close enough to make many overtakes. And San is San in second place after that pit stop? Which he is. It's like he has predicted the future, so he has gained great advantage and is on better tires as well, although he has a penalty than Sinatra. So we have 4 laps left in the race. We are under safety car. Yes, the safety car is deployed for some reason that we couldn't catch. Jeep is right behind, not anymore. And Sinatra is currently in the lead with the medium tires. 4 laps used. San is and the fresh soft tires, as is EA Lip. They both have penalties, however, so this might be a potential podium opportunity for Hammer Time, who is also on fresh soft tires, and Jeeb on hard tires, 9 laps old. Simple on fresh soft tires. Okay, so everyone else is on fresh soft tires. And now Sinatra is catching the safety car. So Heim Zero has just pitted. That lets Snickers Snickers does get past. They're all a lap behind. So Langy is at the moment in P8, behind Simple, Phil, who's pitting, and I think this is gonna take a while for the safety car restart because everyone's pitting into fresh softs, except for Jeep, who's on hard tires, 10 lap old hard tires. So currently everyone has bunched up again. And we're waiting for the safety car restart. I think safety car might be in this lap if the I think P9 and P10 they need to unlap themselves, but even before that safety car is in this lap. So we are going to go right ahead with P9, the Alpine, and there's a position change there. Oh, that's just a correction. So Heim Zero and Snickers, they're still a lap behind. They couldn't unlap themselves under the safety car condition. E-Lip, for some reason, goes into P2. San is P3, Hammer Time P4, G P5, Human Potato P6, Simple is P7, Langi is P8. And Snickers is now going to the pits, is P10, Heim Zero is P9, and the race has restarted with the safety car in. I think that's a huge corner cut by Sam, maybe, if I saw correctly. I think he corrected it though, so no more penalties there. That's a pretty close gap between, and that's yellow flag. I think that's the Ferrari. Yes, and that's a pretty close gap between the AlphaTauri and the Red Bull. But does he get DRS? He does not because of the safety car restart. And Simple is right behind the Mercedes, and I think the Ferrari crashed to turn 1, which is why he is 8 seconds behind. And Simple is now 4/10 behind. I think he can get the Mercedes out of the hairpin if all goes well. Good. Easy braking, good rotation, great exit. And he didn't just spin the throttle there but he does get the slipstream and is gaining, but maybe not quite enough. But does he try the inside? No, he does not. He just has to back out of that one. So we are now on the penultimate lap with Sinatra and E-Lip, the Red Bulls, occupying 1 and 2 P2, and the AlphaTauri of San P3. He might just get this podium if the time penalty doesn't take it away from him. So Hammer Time has a great chance of getting a podium here because of that penalty. And possibly even P2 if E-Lip has enough penalties. But is that a battle between E-Lip and San? So that that might just work out perfectly for Hammer Time because those two have penalties, and San does get ahead. And there's a yellow flag in sector 2. I think that's the Alpine. Yelip is, and yes, the yellow flag, and DRS is enabled. So Sinatra now ahead of San, 3 seconds gap. He starts his final lap of the race. He might just win all 3 races of this race week. And there's a red flag in sector 3, and is that the Ferrari crashed into the wall of champions. This is not a great race for Lange today. Very, very disappointing, but it happens sometimes. And Snickers as well. He retires from the session. Heim 0 is currently P9, right behind Lange. Human Sweet Potato is chasing after Simple, who's chasing after Jeep. And Hammer Time might just get his second podium of the season, with the first 2 having multiple penalties. And Sinatra is coming in to pass the final chicane, and is Elip gonna get the DRS, but this is a bit too far. And Sinatra gets past the final chicane and passes the wall of champions and crosses the line to win the last race of the day. And it is, with the penalties, Hammer Time in P3. So San is still in P2. So Sinatra wins all 3 races of this race week. That is 75 points to his race lead. San, another podium that we haven't seen for a while, as it is for Hammer Time, and Yelip sadly misses out on that podium place because of that penalty. And Jeeb stays P5. Great 10 points for him, and behind him is, I think, Simple. And that is it for the day. All 3 race wins go to Sinatra, and indeed he is the driver of the day. And a surprise podium for San and Hammer Time, P2 and 3, because Yelip just loses out on that P3 position because of that penalty. And I think there might be several investigations after the session that I need to take account, so the positions may change. But here you have it, the winner of, well, all 3 races, round 7, 8,